Alright, y'all. I'm going to do a product review and introduction of the Boonedox landing gear. Now, this is a new product to myself and to my kayak, and I absolutely love it. Boonedox is a great company. They're a sponsor of our Mid-Atlantic Kayak Bass Fishing Series, and they've really put out a true winner here in this product. It's an excellent product. It really makes loading and unloading the kayak super easy, and especially for someone like myself who's taking out tons of equipment. You know, I can load this thing down and I don't have to worry about the straps, and it just really makes loading and unloading super easy. And also for people like me who own slayers, you know, you're not really supposed to use scupper mounts type carts. The C-Tug's another good alternative, but again, that comes with straps, and I mean, this is just so quick, so easy. And if you're gonna spend the money for, you know, something over $100, you should just go ahead and get this, because even at a price point of $250, it is so worth it to have just the ease of just plopping the wheels on and going. And you know, that's not just at the water, that's at home, unloading it, loading it, wherever you're doing all that. You know, that's what this cart's for, is to make that easy and make that fast. And you know, it can really support the weight of a fully loaded, you know, system here, like what I have, with, you know, tons of gear, camera gear, batteries, depth finders, and so forth. But as you can see, I can transport a fully loaded down Slayer Propel 13, and that's not a light kayak. And I mean, this thing really rolls just super easy. It gets good ground clearance, so if you need to go over things, and you know, so just back it down in the water, and here you kind of just lift up one side. Now you got to be careful, because this thing has kind of screws on the top that tighten down, and during transport those things can really lock down tight, and it's actually hard to get them off. So you know, you don't really have to worry about these just plopping off. And if the wheels do fall off, I mean, they float anyway, because the wheel's going to keep the assembly up. So nothing to worry about right there. And then you just kind of stick them back in after rotating them, and you're good to go. You just hop on over to the other side and do the same thing. And then when you're done for the day, it's really just the reverse of that. You know, you have to go and put them back on. And so here's kind of the real difference right here, is that I can just slide this wheel in, you know, couple quick turns of the knob, and it's tightened down, versus my old system, which was walk all the way to the truck, get my cart, unlock the truck, get my straps, and then walk all the way back to the water, and then begin to ratchet it down. The other part was, it was actually pretty hard to get to lift this whole system up. I mean, you're talking probably well over 150 pounds fully loaded, with multiple batteries and so forth. And you know, here I am, just plop it up and go. So here we go with loading it into the truck. Again, super easy, just kind of get it started. Now my rudder starts to drag on the ground there, so I very cautiously make my way down, because I don't want to have to replace cables due to, you know, busting cables on this, because I drug my rudder on the ground. So you know, just lift it up, toss it in the back of the truck, and you're done. And then I'm going to walk around and take the wheel assemblies off, which super easy. Just pull those out, throw them in the back, and move along. Whereas before, again, I would have to be taking my straps off, because I use those to hold the kayak in the back of the truck. It just saves so much time, and I love it. I love it for that. You know, another cool feature of this landing gear is the ability to place some track mounts on the top of that. That's where I have my X grip at, and that holds my camera unit. And you know, super sturdy. You got one on both sides. so you can, even more mounting space, more track space, just what we need. But really what I want to show here is this weld and this one piece. So I want to give you a close-up look at what is actually holding the landing gear and the wheels in place. It's this little notch right here that has a really excellent weld on it. It needs to be, because if there was a point that could fail, it would be that point. If that wasn't a good weld, I guarantee you that part would fail. And hopefully it never does, but I'm sure Boonedox absolutely stand by their product and would replace that for you if need be. But that's what slots into the different holes inside the landing gear and gives you your different angles. And it's a really great product, guys. Absolutely. Any questions that you might have, let me know. Shoot them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you on them.